hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad podcast. The show where we bring in our minor grievances and you let us know if we're just making mountains out of molehills by voting.
Molehills.
Molehills.
Yeah, right. So I'd like to point out, you're very good at that intro usually. I was going to compliment you. I'm like, Jeremy says it every time because he's better than me. But, nah, you missed it. Molehills,
Did not nail it. Did not nail it.
No, well...
Failed it.
Failed
it.
All right. Look, I'm going to break the news.
Yeah.
We recorded this earlier. I did. Okay. All right. So we don't know where the stats are. We just don't. All right.
I completely ruined the facade. I was going to make up a story of my week about how Vera learned how to go through some struggle or something.
No, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. It's the same thing that happened. Look, let's be real honest. This is the same day we recorded our Christmas episode.
It is.
This could be months after the Christmas episode comes out. This could be before it. Who knows?
Well, we're just...
Oh, man, if this comes out before the Christmas episode, though, Christmas episode is ruined. This is like we've just told everyone a certain secret about a certain fat man in red.
There's a Christmas.
There's a Christmas.
Oh, no. What if they didn't want to... Oh, no.
Anyway, forget about these things that we just said. We've got no news. We've got no family updates.
We have no family.
That's the update. That's right. We are coming to you from post-apocalyptic Canberra.
Doozy of a time. So, no, we do sometimes record 2 or 3
None of
at
those
a time.
things.
Because sometimes it's just easier, and sometimes we have busy lives, and that's okay. It's okay to be busy.
Yeah.
I see other shows do it. Leave me alone.
The votes still count. The
They
votes
do.
still matter. We're going to do a big recap soon. It's going to be really exciting and fun.
So get your votes in, otherwise you will miss your opportunity.
We are going to paper, scissors, rock for who goes first. Yes! Yes! Oh, man, that was a hard one.
That was because I've been thinking about it. I'm like, Jeremy picks rock every time.
Did I rock that first time or did I paper?
No, you papered.
You know what?
Yeah.
I meant to do scissors. I meant to establish a strong line of me doing rock every time.
Yeah.
Because obviously you'd go paper every time because Jeremy always goes rock and then I'd scissors you.
See, but I always thought, yeah, but then to sabotage me, I'm going to think you're going to change it. So you'd go rock again. See? That was my thinking. Because I've been thinking about this all week.
I think about it a lot. I think about the rock, paper, scissors way more than I should.
How am I going to win? Well, you got me.
I did. I won this time. First time in a while.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway.
Go.
My mountain. And this one, we've spoken about this on earlier episodes, back when we used to have news and stuff. But this pisses me off. And this latest one I saw. Anyway, picture this. Bright sunny day. You wake up, make your morning coffee, step out on the balcony, soak in some sun, take a sip of that coffee, open up your phone to see what news is happening, what's going on in the world.
Lingering on Facebook.
Open your news app.
Yeah.
And 7 News, they're pretty reliable sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, you see this headline. Woolworths and Coles urgently recall pantry staple amid severe poisoning outbreak.
What?
Holy shit. But, okay. Tell me what that is in the headline.
Immediately.
This is your responsibility as a news outsource. This is the one job you have, is telling us important things. Like, I know most of the time you don't have anything important to say because the news is garbage. It is. It is an awful resource. It hasn't been good for decades.
It's horrible.
So the one time they have something important to say, rather than be a clickbaity piece of shit article,
Tell us
in the headline.
Oh,
it
shit,
is,
my Wi-Fi just died. I wonder what's going on. I better click that link. I can't. I'm dead.
It is so important.
Poison.
It is not worth holding back that information to get that little extra click. I did not click that. I did not learn about what was recalled. I could have this deadly product in my thing right now.
It was the coffee.
I might
It was
die.
the coffee.
It might be the coffee. I might die. If I'm dead because of whatever was recalled, it's because of clickbaity news headlines for recalls, specifically for recalls. They can clickbait whatever other shit they want. Ooh, Kanye said something outrageous. Cool, clickbait that. I don't care. But when it's something serious and important to
you
society,
can't do that. You can't
we
do
need
that.
to know what is recalled. We need to know what poisons we have in our cupboards. You can't hide that behind a clickbait headline.
So I want to know, how much money do people get for clicks?
Per click?
Per click.
Well, it depends on the website and how many ads they have on the thing. And as you know, like
Yeah,
the news
it's-
ones,
it's
it's like
like-
you scroll, there's a paragraph and then there's an ad and there's a paragraph and there's an ad.
Yeah.
Like that's how they do it now. And like before you...
Because they used to just be on the side, one strip.
Yeah. But
And
now,
now
it's
it's like-
all on your phone. So like every paragraph, there's another fucking ad.
And a video.
And there's a video playing at the bottom and some kind of audio playing at the top and like there's some other thing at the side. Like it's just endless amount of ads. So they are making quite a bit of bank from every click they get because every ad you scroll past is making them money.
What does that make you think immediately? Like how shitty is marketing these days?
I don't know. Marketing has their place. This isn't marketing's fault. This is the news whose responsibility is to give society the facts about what's
That is
going
the
on in the
facts,
world.
yes, but marketing is terrible.
Marketing's fine.
No, it's gotten to a point where it's everywhere. Like literally,
That's
you look up
their
one thing, it's
job.
everywhere.
Their job is to get their product into your faces. If the news companies sell out and let the advertising people take over everything,
Yeah.
that's the news people being shit. That's not marketers being shit. Marketers are always going to be shit.
Yeah.
It is the news people letting them in, doing the wrong. There was a writer a long time ago, an internet legend.
Yeah.
His name was Maddox.
Oh, okay.
He's had quite a history. But his website used to attract millions and millions of clicks every day. And he refused to ever put a single ad on his website.
Very, very anti-ad.
Very,
which is
very
incredible.
anti-ad on his... He could have made like millions.
He would have been
Putting
banked.
like one ad on his page would have made millions.
Could have won that settlement, right?
Yeah, he's... this guy...
He's a
got
bit of a
quite
weenie.
the internet history. He was once on top of the internet world. He really was. Like,
Yeah.
he was one of the most trafficked sites on the internet.
And
And now he is a weird weenie who does weird videos and stuff. But I still love him. He's great.
he also wrote the book on manliness.
He did write The Alphabet of
The
Manliness.
Alphabet of Manliness. Yeah.
Children's shit drawings or something like that. Like, he would get like children's artwork and critique them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he was at one point just a comedy genius.
So
But yeah,
that's a click. That would be worth a click.
he's an example of how news organizations, if they cared about the content they were putting out there, that's what they would do.
Shocking.
They would not rely on advertising. I mean, they kind of have to because they have, they have to make money somehow. But not at the expense of telling people what the poisons are that are in their cupboards.
Especially when their obligation is to communicate news to the world.
Exactly.
Like, hey, there's this harmful substance that's been put into your milk.
Yeah.
Don't drink
Well,
milk.
not even to your product that lives in the fridge. Click here to learn more.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's insane. Yeah,
Have
okay.
up the front.
I'm 100%.
It should say like milk from these things could contain poison. If you bought milk in the last 2 weeks, click here to find out what brands are dangerous or whatever.
Yeah.
Like at least let us know a vague ballpark of what it is, not just a pantry staple.
Pantry
Just like
staple.
every single thing. It could be your pasta. It could be rice. It could be anything in your cupboard.
I remember seeing one and it was like pesto from this specific vegan brand. I'm like, who's it? What?
But that's a good one. That's a good product recall.
No, that was in the clickbait.
Oh.
And I was like, why did I click here to find out this pesto shit?
Yeah, I hate that. At least give a reference to, like, the type of product it is. Not just, everyone might have this in their cupboard. Click here, you'd better. It's from both Coles and Woolworths, so everyone could have it. Anyway, I did Google Woolworths and Coles recall poisoning so that I could find the article not from 7. It was poppy seeds.
Okay. Because Will advised you.
It was... I'm really sorry, guys. I can't remember the brand. Like, you will have to click on the thing, but if you bought poppy seeds, I think it was Hoyt's poppy seeds in the last few weeks from Woolworths or Coles, do check the websites. Do look up what poppy seeds are poisoned.
But also, he could be wrong, and it may be another brand. So please research, and don't go and boycott this brand.
No, do boycott. Yeah, don't boycott them. Find out if you need to recall their stuff. Find out if you need to get a refund for the product you bought.
These guys are selling us poison. Anyway, yes, I agree. Well done. Thank you for doing your research and not putting... Guys, click on the ads. Gives us money.
And we'll tell you what our mountains are.
We should become clickbaity. Let's find out about our income. All right, my first mountain. Thank you for dragging that on for 5 hours. House inspections. So as a renter, we require, it's like every 6 months to do a house inspection. And look, for me, it's kind of a motivator to get up and clean the house. Yeah. Just do the things that you don't always do, like scrape the shit off the stove. With 3 kids, we're busy. It's not always the cleanest house. We keep it as clean as we can. But these ones, you work your ass off, get it done. And then you spill a coffee. And you go, shit. So you get out the carpet shampooer and you clean that up. And then the cat gets anxious at night all of a sudden and decides to start ripping up the carpet near the door. And you go, shit, I can't fix that. I better report that.
Yeah.
And then your youngest son thinks, hey, what the hell is this? Oh, a doorstop? Takes it off the wall, starts playing with it. Then 2 days later has a tantrum and throws the door through the wall. And you go, oh, cool.
I love that hole's still there.
So, yeah, we have fixed it. We've got this doorstop. Gotta leave it on. So when you get your tantrums and you throw the door, doesn't trash the house, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks. So we're up for carpet replacement.
Yeah.
Wall repair.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the house inspection, she was like, oh, guys, I've got something really busy. I've got to go south side.
Nice.
Can you guys do an online one? And I'm like, I can hide those things.
Yeah.
So, house
Honestly, a house inspection should not be a stressor. Your house should... If you are living in a state where you see house inspection and you stress... You should maybe take better care of your house.
Have you seen
my house?
Oh, yeah, your 2 rooms and a joint kitchen dining.
My house is inspection ready every week.
Oh, yeah.
I could have a surprise inspection any day, and the worst it will be is it needs a vacuum today.
Oh, my God.
You don't need, just clean all the time. Never stop cleaning.
Okay.
Until it's cleaned.
I have taken absolute steps to start getting in that headspace.
Yeah. And then inspections won't be a problem.
But, purely because it's enjoyable to live in a clean house.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
It is. It was in my best things.
Yeah.
But your life is very different to mine.
I know. I didn't invite an animal in to tear up my house. That's true.
50% of the time, you have your daughter.
Yeah.
50% of the time, you're working full time and you're not even at home.
I know. Who has time to clean?
And 50% of the other time, yes, 150%. The other 50% of time that you're not at home, that you are at home, You're playing video games
Yeah. And eating snacks and stuff.
at your desk.
Also, I had the dustiest house in the world. I don't know how it happens, but I can do a very thorough vacuum and very thorough dusting of my house. Half an hour later, you walk through the house and you're wearing slippers. Like just a thick layer of dust all over your feet. I'm like, what? I just cleaned.
So,
But the inspections, they don't care about that stuff.
you know
And
what?
also, there's a lot of things the inspections don't care about. Like, you might be over cleaning for an inspection.
Honestly, I do, because I do care about that moment.
Yeah, and they will be like, yeah, and they know that. But, like, it's little things like the maintenance things. It's like, if this wasn't being cleaned and maintained, it would look gross.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing.
But I mean, I've heard stories of people who are like, oh, there's clothes not folded on the bed, or there's clothes not put away on the bed. It's like,
There's no way an inspector's been saying that.
I don't
They
know.
never look at your personal stuff. It's always just like things that will affect the house.
Yeah, of course, and they should. That's what
Yeah.
a good inspector should do.
Unless
Honestly,
you've got like a private rental, then like those guys can be batshit crazy. Like, yeah,
I've
no,
heard of
don't.
landlords like showing up at the house and like,
Yeah, you do not. You want a professional
yeah,
real estate
real estate,
person
real
looking
estate
after the
every
house.
time.
Oh, it is great. Like, yeah, we've had some weird personal rentals.
Yeah,
Like, ooh, it's not cool.
You can't do that. It's too weird. But look, it's not so much that it's a stressor. It's just the fact that it's like all of these other things that come up that you're like, fuck, I can't fix that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is my mountain. So tell me what's wrong in your world.
So that is a molehill.
No, it's not.
Now this is a mountain. Mm-hmm. Okay. You see these... How do I say this? How do I bring this in? How do I bring this in? And you know what? I'm going to go a different one. Because although I do feel strongly about this other one, I need to bring in more evidence and memes and lines and that kind of thing. My mountain is old people in entry-level positions. I don't know if you've ever worked with one of these people. I know Dad was one of these people. Old people cannot handle being in entry-level positions. They can't handle having managers, having people half their age tell them what to do. They can't handle it, and they make the worst employees. They're always so angry about their boss and like to think, oh, if I was here, I'd be doing things so much better and so much more efficient.
Okay.
Like, okay, you have the entire world of experience at your fingers. I get it. You're the smartest person in the whole world. Just
Chill out,
do
old
what
man.
you're told.
Yeah.
Like every other
In which
employee
case, if
here.
you know how to get to that point, what are you doing?
You should
whinging.
be there by now.
Yeah. And
Old people, they can't do it. They can't have bosses anymore. They need to be the boss by that point. If they're not the boss by that point, they're a terrible employee. They're not going to do things well. And they're going to piss and moan about things that their boss is telling them to do all day, every day. I know several old people who are in this position, and they're constantly pissing and moaning about their bosses. And the things they complain about are like, yeah, that's just like a normal workplace thing. Like,
Yeah,
just do your job.
I've heard a lot of these ones, and I've worked with a lot of these ones.
Yeah.
One particular was really interesting because he was like, he went for a position, another guy went for the position, the other guy got the position, and honestly was entitled to that position.
Yeah.
I've seen the work he does. He's qualified. He's very good. Whereas I haven't really seen the other guy, and I haven't seen that dedication and going out there. As a result, that guy whinged and complained, and it's like, well, yeah, I get it, but that's
Just
what it
do your
is.
job, mate.
I mean, and like,
They
don't look to whinge about the problem.
yeah.
Look at, hey, all right, well, what was the reasoning behind making that decision? What can
Yeah.
I do better for next time? Because if you go and say, what steps can I improve on? Let me get to that stage. If your willingness and and to get there, that would be the point of okay, well, you will succeed. But if you're going to say, I'm better than everyone, I should have gotten that position, then you're right.
Yeah.
You're better than everyone. Why aren't you there? What did you do?
It's not always people who've been in the job for a long time who are still in entry-level positions. It's like people looking to change careers and that kind of thing, and they jump over. They even might have been managers in the old one. And maybe they do know better than the new boss. Mm-hmm. But they're not in the position to do that.
Yep.
They didn't get that job to do that. They're not in the position to tell people how to do things.
Yeah.
And they really can't handle it. It really stresses them out. It really makes them angry. Just like, you just have to learn your place. And like, they've learned that place when they were younger.
Yeah.
And then they've kind of grown out of that place. But they didn't grow into a position that's out of that place.
Yeah.
Like they're back there again for whatever reason, or still there again. And it just doesn't work out. They can't do it. They should just retire or find something entirely different to do. You can't have a boss anymore.
I mean,
old people can't have a boss.
There is a point where there is, like, I've also experienced people who have worked in a position where they've been there forever. They love their job. They're doing well. They have great friends. Everything's working in their favor. And then the management changes.
Yeah.
And the management style clashes with this person and affects their capacity to do their job, or changes too much.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. There's favoritism, there's angst, there's issues. And that causes that person to really become cynical.
I've seen that and been that.
Yes. I went from one spot to another spot in one of my jobs, and at one point I was meant to go back to another point, like a secondment, and I was like, if I go back to that other spot, I'm leaving. There's no way I can go back to that. It's like PTSD standing in that new job going, don't send me back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. It's old people not dealing with that position. I think it's just people.
And
people who have experience. I don't necessarily think it's old people.
But this specifically, it's not necessarily being like overqualified for your position or anything like that, or knowing more about your position. It's specifically old people having bosses. Kind of
Right,
thing.
okay.
Like they need a certain level of autonomy at that age. They can't handle just like have something on their back all the time. And
do you think that contributes to ageism?
Oh, I'm ageist as.
So careful if you become a manager.
Oh man.
It's
I wouldn't do that.
because ageism is a thing. Right? And it's a discrimination that this person won't be able to commit to the role. They don't know technology as well. They don't know blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, they might be so old they can't handle having a boss and being bossed around anymore.
And that would be the adversity that workplace would find. You know, like obviously they have to work through that.
Yeah.
But they also can't be ageist.
Some, and not all old people do this. Some old people fall into a position in their workplace and they kind of mother hen it. Like they're very much not the boss there, but they're doing their thing. And like I feel like Mum in her workplace is very much a mother hen of sorts in her place. Like
she's
she kind
great
of
at what she does.
She mothers her boss a lot, kind of
absolutely.
thing. And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot, and it seems to be a lot of women who do that. Like they really, they can work for a boss who's younger than them and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And they're just like,
they kind
this
of like,
is my successful son. Like, kind of, you know, like they really mother the situation.
Ellie does that. Not so much like mother hen, but like there's her favorite employees and things like that. And bakes things and takes it in.
Yeah.
No.
That's so good. And how good is having a mother hen at the workplace?
Oh, the best.
Like we had one at our workplace not too long ago. She left because complicated reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, always like making sure this cake's round. Like,
kinda
just really,
love it,
like,
hey?
really kind of making sure the little young new employees and staff are taken care of.
Oh, it's so
and
sweet. I love it
it's
so
good
much.
having one of those around.
Yeah.
Those old people who are just they
was-
just get in there
what
and
was
they
that?
do their own thing.
It was old people who can't handle bosses.
Old people who can't handle bosses.
Was that the title? We'll have to take it back. Because if it's old people in the workplace, whoo.
No. Old people. Psh, I mean, there's a million jobs old people can do. Management, mother henning. No, but it's old people who can't. I guess I did say old people in regular positions.
Okay.
So in entry level positions.
Entry level, okay. But they're the best mother hens because it's almost a stage of...
Yes, they make the best mother hens, but very few old people are mother hens.
Let me tell you, it's old males.
No,
Old
because
white males.
I know an old white female who is a crotchety old witch who bitches about her boss all the time and who will remain nameless.
All right, you know what? I think so. I'm not. I won't say it's the biggest mountain. It's a workplace issue. It's a huge
issue.
discussion.
It is a huge issue, and it's a kind of issue that's like it's one of those problems that's just there forever without discriminating a huge group of people.
Not discriminating.
It is discriminating if you're like, we can't hire these people because they're old and they'll feel
it does
like...
put... Yeah, it's quite contentious.
We can't do anything about it. Except for piss and moan about these old people who should be management by now. You should have worked into a position where you're bossing people around and aren't being bossed around by someone half your age.
All right. Speaking of old people, they may
Maybe
not...
unsuccessful old people. No. Okay, what's your mountain? This is probably going to be a long one. This is a long one, but it's a fun one.
It's second. It's like the oldies who are like, you know what? I don't need a job. I want a job. So I'm going to go and get a job.
Yeah.
And then they're like, geez, I hate my boss.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be here, bud. Go
I was
home.
here to have fun.
All right. So I'm going to have to explain this to the oldies of the world because it may not
our
make
listeners
sense.
are 100% oldies.
All of them.
Yeah.
So my mountain this time is Fortnite. Now, Fortnite is a video game.
Oh, an amazing video game. Yeah, tell me about my favorite video game.
Don't. It's not that. I've played it. It's fun. It actually enrages me. So Fortnite is a game where you are dropped into a map with 100 other people. It's battle royale. You have to be the last one standing. You have to find guns, ammo, armor. You can build. You can take. Take sources of things to build your things.
So
your
what
towers.
Kevin is describing is the perfect game.
And
100 men enter, 1 man leaves.
And as the game goes on, the edges of the walls cave in,
forcing the players closer and closer together. It is sick. It is a gameplay format that has worked for so many games like PUBG and Call of Duty Warzone and Fortnite, obviously. And it is
Battle Royale. There's nothing wrong.
It is a perfect style of game.
There's nothing wrong with Battle Royale. And genuinely, the game is a lot of fun. For me, it is the most anxiety-ridden game that has ever existed.
You can't do that.
Okay. So, the reason being, right? You get dropped into a map. A game will last, if you're the last one standing, 22 minutes roughly, unless you beat that. Longest time, yeah. So, as you're fighting these people, the world is coming in.
Yeah.
You're watching other people die. You are finding ammo. Oh crap, I'm out of ammo. I better hide in a bush.
Yeah.
It's 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like being chased in most things. Like I'll play like a team game or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't love that sort of stuff.
That's half the fun. Is that stress of like
Panic.
I'm upstairs in this house. I have a shotgun with like 2 bullets left. I can maybe kill someone if I get 2 perfect shots on them, and I can hear someone downstairs. Some 12-year-old. Sick.
Shooting a 12-year-old. Okay, so what I have a problem with now, my middle son is obsessed with this game.
Yeah.
And I have done a bit of research on this, just a little bit, not huge amounts. So there was a study done with 2 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
One who played Fortnite about 5 hours on the weekend days.
Yeah.
So Saturday 5 hours, Sunday 5 hours. He would spend that time playing Fortnite. So for 22 minutes, for 5 hours, he would be in this position where the walls are closing in. He's chasing ammo. He's constantly in this stress-built arena.
Yeah.
And every single time he's building up that hype to get the weapons, and like it's this big euphoria feeling of like, am I gonna win? Am I gonna win? And then you're the second last player and you throw your controller, you're angry, the stress gets to you, you're frustrated. No, Mom, I didn't want chicken. I want a beef. You're raging. There was a study done between 2 12-year-olds, one who did this gameplay for 5 hours and a kid who doesn't play.
Yeah.
They did brain scans on these 2 kids. So one kid, the one that was playing,
Did the other kid play any video games, or he's just like playing nothing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The article didn't say enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not enough research.
Yeah.
So when the kid who plays for 5 hours a day had his brain scan, when they showed him videos of Fortnite, the levels of his brain that showed dopamine were like sprucing up. Okay. So dopamine is that chemical that people get addicted to things.
Yeah.
So
it's your happy thing.
It's your happy thing. So it's like, hey, I have dopamine. Great. I love this thing. This is addiction. This is like, it's those signs. It's not a huge sign because everything in moderation.
Yeah.
We don't know the limitations of something like Fortnite yet. We don't know the damages that might cause to a kid.
Yeah.
So this kid who didn't play, no signs of it.
Mm-hmm.
The concern is that we don't have enough research and knowledge on dopamine levels on games, especially ones that induce that anxiety and that level of panic.
Yeah. Now, I don't think we do have enough research on it, but it is not a new thing, and Fortnite is far from the first game to ever induce that kind of panic. I don't know if you've ever played a game called Super Mario Brothers, which is about 30 years old now. But it can get pretty stressful when you're on like World 8 and you have like 2 lives left and you're up to the last level and it's impossible and there's fireballs everywhere and turtles all over the place. Like, these stress levels have been incorporated to every game ever since Space Invaders.
There's challenges.
Yeah.
There's beatable levels.
No,
that
but it's
do
not
end. There's more to Mario.
I understand that the different stresses involved and that like there's certain aspects of Fortnite that might be more stressful than a Mario level, but games have had insane levels of difficulty, like harder than facing another human opponent forever. Like games like, not just Mario, which you definitely
agree.
never finished the first Mario game.
No, of course I
it's
haven't.
pretty hard. It is a hard game. And when that's your only game because you're 30 years ago, that's the only thing that exists, getting through that can be extremely stressful.
Okay, so Epic Games hired psychologists to ensure that their game was as pleasing as possible for kids.
Epic Games isn't the first people to do that, and they've been doing this for decades.
And marketing through all of these things. Hey, full circle, how fun's that?
Yeah. But it's not Fortnite. This is video games in general.
That's like
forever.
No,
your problem shouldn't
this is
be
the issue.
Fortnite. It should be video games if that's your issue.
No, because I have no issue with violent video games. I've got no issue with that sort of thing. I have a problem with a game that lasts 22 minutes around with the goal to put panic on kids up until the last second, and then that hype and that excitement, the colors, the everything that will entice a kid to feel that. Have you had that feeling of winning that game?
Yes.
It is incredible.
It is great. But, and you know what else you get that feeling from? Mm-hmm. You get that feeling from defeating a boss in Elden Ring after you've died 30 times trying to beat him. And finally...
That's a challenge. The game continues.
It is a challenge. Fortnite is the same challenge.
No.
I've tried to win this.
Again.
Yeah. You same in every game. You start again.
It's a hit.
You try again.
It's a hit
you keep
of
trying
dopamine.
Again. There's different randomizers.
Collection from that
last round. There is the hit
round.
of randomizers still. There still is the hit of dopamine every time you get closer and closer to your goal of winning the level, of winning the match of Fortnite. They all have that. Every game has that in it. Every game has that challenge to overcome. In Fortnite, the challenge is overcoming other human players. In other games, it's overcoming
about challenges. Challenges are fantastic.
Challenge is what makes the stresses come. It's what makes the last few minutes before you die in that game so stressful and so tense. When you're teetering on your last little bit of health against an enemy, and you're so close to defeating. It's got this much health too.
Yeah.
And there's like one swing left. Either one of you could hit each other with your weapon and win the game. It's the exact same thing in Fortnite.
No, but it's not.
It is.
It's not. Because you can pause Elden Ring. You can go...
No, you can't. You can't pause Elden Ring. If you pause it, you open up the menu and you die because the game doesn't pause.
Okay. What I'm saying is you can step away from that game when you feel that level of frustration. You can't. When you feel that level of frustration after trying 30 times.
You can do that with Fortnite.
You can, yes, but each game is a beginning.
Yeah, each time you die in Elden Ring, it's a beginning
to that same boss. To that same boss.
Maybe the same, but it doesn't do the same attacks. It's the same, it's different random elements and that kind of thing.
You're preparing for that same battle every time.
And you're preparing for the same battle in Fortnite. It's the same. You're shooting similar weapons at enemies who have similar weapons who may or may not build. It's the same. The thing that's giving you the dopamine and the thing that's giving you anxiety is the same thing. Yes, there's different elements of different challenges because in Fortnite they're human beings and also that human beings could try all sorts of different things. It's a different challenge, but it's still the challenge. Your problem is video games as a whole.
No.
It
I don't have an issue with video games.
Because you haven't looked into them enough, I don't think.
I don't think I've done enough research.
Because they all do this. They all give you those dopamine things as you're progressing, as you're killing other players, as you're killing bosses. It's all the same thing. You're still getting that hit of, yes, I found the best gun in the game, or I found the best treasure, found the best weapon, found the best sword. I'm telling you, the same thing.
I'm basing this off the experience of TJ.
Yeah.
And his absolute obsession and his absolute non-stop on this game.
I'm basing this on your older brother's exact same obsession with various games. And we can even bring Mum into this and she can confirm this boy was a rageaholic when he was playing certain games and that kind of thing. I wasn't playing Fortnite
when you got
20
off the
years
games,
ago.
When you got off the games, would you be talking non-stop about just games?
Almost definitely. I'll be thinking about it all the time. I love games. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about
Elden
When
Ring.
am I getting back on Elden Ring?
Yeah, I
I
thought you
love
would be.
Elden Ring. It is the best game.
Let me ask. Maybe TJ's autistic.
Maybe I'm not.
Honestly, I think there's
No, the
there's
thing
an
is,
obsession that is absolutely destroying this kid.
yeah.
It's every moment of every day.
Now,
He-
when Elden Ring came out,
yeah.
I was playing that game every single chance I could, even taking opportunities I probably shouldn't have to play the game. Mm-hmm. Just every single chance I could. And another friend of mine has done the exact same thing. He spent an entire year, he spent way longer on it because he's not as good as it as me. So he didn't finish it. He still hasn't finished it. But he spent hundreds and hundreds of hours playing this game, just dedicating hours and hours. And this other person is a dad as well.
Yeah.
A lot of neglectful hours
So
playing this game because it's so good and it's so addicting and you want to overcome these challenges. It's all the exact same thing.
I don't know, because I played Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and I sunk absolutely 150 hours into that game, and I enjoyed every second of it,
Yeah.
and I wasn't angry. It still has those moments of stress. It still
You
has
know
this...
why you weren't angry?
Why?
You didn't have to stop to clean the dishes or do homework or do housework, but you were in control of every hour you spent on that game. Like, I don't get angry with my Elden Ring game. And because I'm an adult, I know that there will be more time to play Elden Ring later. And you, as an adult, know there's more time to play Breath of the Wild later. Kids do not have that luxury. It could be taken away from them at any moment because they were naughty. They get grounded and they lose it. Their only time to play that game is then and there. That's their only opportunity. As far as they know, they can't see next week I'll have a chance to play. They don't know
But
that.
that is part of the issue. I've had moments where TJ is like punching the floor,
Yeah.
screaming, being an absolute jerk to his brothers.
Yeah.
Because the internet didn't connect to his Switch.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like
Yeah.
it's like he was trying to build points on Opie's Fortnite game.
Yeah.
In frustration of playing the game, he twisted the Switch and smashed the screen.
I've seen that broken Switch. I can confirm there's a broken Switch.
It's not normal for kids to be doing that.
Yes, it is.
No.
No. It is the norm for kids to be breaking controllers and TVs and this kind of
Yes.
thing. Like, that's been happening for decades.
But that's insane.
It is crazy. Like, I personally have never gotten that angry with the game.
have.
The most angry I've gotten with the game,
Yeah.
I spent hours building a house, like exploring in Minecraft, finding the most perfect location, building this amazing house, and
A creeper.
at that point, a creeper. And listen, this is true. They recently coded into Minecraft this thing where creepers would hide next to doors.
Oh my god.
They would stand next to doors, like hiding kind of just out of sight. So if you peeked around outside the door, you wouldn't see it. So you open your door, you walk outside, you hear the hiss, and half your house is gone.
That was the first time the kids heard me swear.
I'm done. I'm not
creeper.
playing this game ever again.
I
I stopped playing for like 2 years.
I was like, I just finished building a house
yeah.
and turned around after shutting the door, and
Yeah.
a creeper was in there. Tss, bang,
Yeah.
and was son of a bitch.
Yeah.
First time the kids heard me swear.
And I think that's why the creepers are the most perfect enemy of
Oh, the
any
best
game
enemy.
ever. Like, they're an enemy that can just ruin hours of work.
In the most peaceful game.
It's so good. And they don't make any noise until they're about to ruin your life.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm bringing Minecraft in the best things because legit,
it is the best thing.
I
But
have some
Fortnite
people.
is fine. It is a pretty good game. I think you probably should have brought in video games as a whole because it's not just Fortnite doing this. It's LOL, it's WoW, it's Minecraft, it's everything.
It's
It's Mario.
it's not the same.
No,
It's online battle royale games that are
it's
marketed towards children by putting in Marvel characters, DC
Yes.
characters, anything
Here's the
that is
thing.
popular. They throw money at it. They get it in the game. These kids get obsessed, and they have to ask every friggin' week, "Can I get the battle pass? Can I get the battle pass? Can I get the battle pass? Can I get the battle?" And then
Kids
all of a
got-
sudden you're like, "Oh, just get the $12."
This isn't new. Kids have been doing this since Mario. Yes, there's been more research over the years, more psychology to make them more and more and more addictive. But to the people who were addicted to Mario, it's the exact same feeling. Dying against Bowser for the 1,000th time is the same as not winning a chicken dinner at the end of Fortnite.
Does kill me.
Do they call them chicken dinners in Fortnite?
I don't know if they do it anymore.
Yeah, because that was a PUBG thing.
Oh, that was way better. That I feel like PUBG was.
God, PUBG was amazing.
I heard it was much better.
PUBG, it was perfect. I played that for years, and with a friend of mine, one of our patrons, Vela. But yeah, we played PUBG like every night for ages. I never once got a chicken dinner with him. Like, that game is so hard. It
Yeah.
is way harder than Fortnite. Like, just...
And because Fortnite is aimed at kids,
Yeah, and this one, it's more realistic guns and that kind of thing.
it looks cool. I would play
It's-
PUBG.
It's so cool.
And I feel like that would be much more enjoyable. I don't know.
If you want to get in, if you feel like you maybe want to get into a battle royale, Call of Duty Warzone is absolutely the way to go. It is first person, so you can't like kind of
Oh, actually,
cheat
no.
and
I've
peek
watched
around.
mates play that. It
it's
looks amazing.
Sick. It is. It's amazing. It is so good. It has all the best features from every battle royale ever, all rolled into one neat little package. It's
Yeah.
free to play.
Oh,
Just
really?
jump in. Yeah.
It's not on Switch though, is it?
No. You've got a gaming PC right there.
No,
I
I've
built
got
it
a
for you.
recording piece.
I built it for you.
I
It's got
record
it.
music and we film on it.
Mate, you've got like a... I can't remember what graphics card it's in there, but
Not very,
it's not bad.
not as good as what it does for recording.
Not as good as mine.
Probably not.
But you could still play Warzone on there sometimes.
Anyway, for
Anyway,
the fans that aren't video game people, thank you.
wait. Let's do a recap. So, now we have to recap so everyone knows what they're voting for. So you can vote on r/mountain or molehill on reddit.com or at patreon.com/dadversedad.
That is correct.
That is correct. So my mountains this week are old people working regular jobs. That's how I'm going to phrase it. And clickbaity recall headlines.
Fair.
Piss off, Seven.
And news.com forever.
Yeah, I hope this episode comes out soon because this needs to be set.
Mine were house inspections and Fortnite.
That's right. Bye, Hungries.
We've been dads.